Hi guys, it's Melly from Melly-Mini Vertical. You can find me over on YouTube, either at Melly H YouTuber or at Instagram at Melly-Mini Vertical. I am here with actor Richard Sherrar. And Richard, I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about your job.
Woo! That's a big one. So we go all the way back to the beginning when I was born. No, I'm just kidding. Just an actor. I've been doing this for ever since like high school, I think. Yeah. Wow, it's been a while. And then I was in horizontal. I was doing guest stars and doing pilots for ABC. And then I did like, indie films and features. And then the notorious story of when the ping happened on my phone saying I booked my first vertical back when they didn't even have like a vernacular yet. They're called like mobisodes or webisodes and stuff like that. Changed my life forever, literally. And the whirlwind that's happened in the last 2 to 3 years put me in People magazine, put me in billboards in Hollywood. And yeah, it's been crazy. And so it's like when the expression, just hold on to a rocket ship and don't let go. Yeah, it's crazy.
Something fun we should know about you, either personally or acting wise.
Ooh. Something personal, something that no one really knows about this. I actually played the violin for like 9 years. So I got good enough in Australia when I lived there for a couple of years that I got to play with members of the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. And it culminated, it was like this big, huge like season that we played together with. And then we were in an amphitheater and we played the 1812 Overture. It's like my fondest memory from playing in a symphony orchestra. It's the famous one that's like, and when they shoot the cannons, they actually had real cannons shooting. And so like the smoke would actually start getting in between us and the sheet music, and it got harder and harder to read. But yeah, it was fun. No one knows it. No one knows.
I love that. That's so cool. I think mine would probably have to be that I went to art school and like learn how to draw my own, self-portrait and stuff like that.
Oh, I got to see this. Hopefully in this recording you cut away to it. I want to see this.
Oh, I think I posted a picture. I'll send you a picture to see it. What is a skill you've always wanted to learn?
Ooh, always wanted to learn. I think there's the gifts of flight is something that I've always wanted. I wanted to be able to pilot an airplane. I think that's something that if I ever had extra time ever, I would go back to school and get my pilot license. That is something that I've always wanted to, and that's actually a real want. That would be something that if I did have extra money and time, I would go do that.
Our local. Every time I hear that, I think of our local science museum, where they have an actual like simulator where you can get on and fly around the world, and they like pick a destination each day, a different destination each day that people can fly to and like fly around and stuff like that. It's so cool.
That's what I'm about.
What's a movie you could watch every day?
Gladiator. I used to fall asleep to it. And funny enough, when they did the sequel, they totally missed the mark. They totally missed why Gladiator resonated so well with everybody. And there was an interesting interview that I saw with Russell Crowe, and I think he nailed it. I think the studio heads and the executives, like, they tried to have him have basically intimacy scenes with the queen, but outside of his dead wife and dead kid. And he kept pushing back, saying that there was a moral line that he wanted to have Maximus hold, and that it wasn't revenge, it was like avenging his family that was murdered by Commodus. And he said that the more and more that he fought with them, the more and more they fought back, but then they finally gave up. And he said, like, watch, and like, just like, watch how right I was. And then when it came out of the gate, he said that there was actually more women in the audience that paid for tickets than men, which is funny because most people think it was like a movie that resonated most with men, but it wasn't. It actually was very female centered because he held the moral line, and he was avenging his wife and kid. And so, yeah, I think that there was a deeper meaning like underneath the glitz and glamour of like, the arena and gladiators and stuff like that, that it was just it held strong for me. And it's something that is very family centered and with hits the moral core for me personally as a father, and having my own family as well. So yeah, I love that movie. Love it a lot.
Yeah, kind of reminds me a little bit of Braveheart too, because
Yep.
Braveheart has that moral sense of code to it as well,
Yep.
which is always a great movie. What did you want to be when you grew up?
I was actually raised to be a doctor. So we were on that track for a very long time, me and my twin brother. In fact, my twin stayed the course. He's an anesthesiologist right now. And so, yeah, he continued the course, and I kind of veered off. I got distracted. The funny thing is that I just got done shooting a chief of surgery vertical where I got to wear the famous lab, white coat. And I sent him a picture, and I was quoting Men in Black, Will Smith. He's like, the only difference between me and you is I make this look good. And so I was just teasing my brother. He's like, just sending selfies from set. It's funny.
So you want to know something funny? My grandmother is a twin, a paternal twin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And my niece and nephew are paternal twins. And it's funny that you mentioned that because my grandmother was actually a nurse.
There you go. I know the medical field. A lot of these tweeners get in there.
I wanted to do that too, but I can't stand the sight of blood. If someone was going to make your life into a TV show or a film, who would star in it?
So I actually get everybody under the sun for who I look like. I think the one that I get the most often is I'm like a younger Robert Downey Jr. So that would be a fun one to have RDJ play older me. Yeah, definitely one of the idols. He's got Iron Man under his belt. I think that the way he carries himself and what he's done with his career post, and he had like his own little moment where he's in prison and like all the stuff and all that kind of stuff. But then he had his own rebirth, which I really respect that because he got to rewrite his own chapters in his life and then all for the better. And now he's on top of the world. So good for him.
I love RDJ. I'm a big Marvel fan, huge Marvel fan. And my dad and my best friend and RDJ all have the same birthday.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. You should reach out and get a cameo or something.
If you could have a conversation with your younger self, what would you say?
Buy all the NVIDIA stock you can right now. Buy some houses too while you're at it. I think mine is I've actually been very focused on trying to what I want to tell this guy in the background. I'm sure you can tell. Maverick is playing. My son, he was in Daddy, I'm Your Lucky Star with me. My last one was real short. And there's always these full circle moments where you can sit down and actually talk to not only what I would say hypothetically to my younger self, but what I would actually say to my son. And I think we've had these cool talks where we're talking about what we want to be in the future, what I want to do. And it's not just acting, it's everything. It's like the discipline that's required in order to chase any dream, whether it is being a doctor like my twin brother. I was actually chasing that when I was younger too. Athlete, same deal. He just won his little area championship. They won. He got the freaking ring. He's got a ring already, and he's only 8 years old. I thought it was you're doing cooler stuff than I ever did. But I think that the stuff that was required to chase a dream, the discipline, getting up early, doing stuff in spite of you feeling like you don't want to, those are the things that I keep trying to instill in them at a young age. That's going to pay off dividends when you're older.
It definitely will. And I can already see that in your kids, just from the stuff that I see with them. And of course, that's just a byproduct of who you and Jess are as parents. So
you try to jump in? You want to show your panda? You want to show everybody your panda?
Nobody knows you're here.
Miss Scarlett, did you get that panda on set?
Who gave you that? Who gave you the panda?
From San Diego Zoo.
Oh, she went to the
I got it from the San Diego Zoo.
You did? Was it fun? Did you see a panda there too?
Did you go inside the enclosure and pet him? Did you go feed him too? No. I did when I went. They let me feed him. And I got to ride him too, like a horsey. Not happening.
Richard, what was your very first performance?
Oh, I was performing ever since I was a kid. I think the funny thing is with these interviews, I always try to go with my gut, the first thing that comes in. And there was these dumb little skits that we would do for our dad and mom when we were kids. We would recreate anything and anything just to make them laugh or try to do anything. And I remember we 5 or 6, and I was like running out of content. Like I did all of the Marvel characters I could. I did Superman, of course. And then I was like, what else do I do? And I was doing like Maybelline commercials. I did like an Herbal Essence commercial for them or something. And they were just laughing their butts off because I was like, I just need more content. I need to make these guys laugh. But yeah, I haven't thought of that in a long time. Thanks for remembering that. Yeah, we were always performing. We were always trying to get a laugh out of our parents.
That takes me back to my mom watching soap operas, and I used to name my dolls after her soap opera characters.
There you go. Lives on forever.
What techniques do you use to get into a character role?
I think obviously I owe a lot of it to the conservatory training that I had. I went to NYU, I went to Tisch, and Stella Adler is big in the imagination. And I love the idea of mapping out this, like, you know, almost like this character, make him 3-dimensional instead of 2D, like where he came before, where he's like living now, like what his back history is and how he relates to different people around him. And there's always like the famous story of like when, you know, couples fight and like they're yelling at each other from the kitchen, like they're talking about pickles or something. And they're never fighting about pickles. It's always something else. It's like, that's just how it manifests. And so like, that's the kind of backstory and subtext that I always love, like bringing into each of the scenes that, like, you know, it makes it real. You're grounding it in reality. And so when you're fighting about pickles on set, it's never just about pickles. So, yeah.
Okay. What do you think makes a performance most believable?
What?
I think something that like once again, it's always like what first comes to me. I think what's grounded in truth is a big one. And then having the ability and having the freedom to actually like let the scene go where it needs to go. I think that walking the tightrope and then essentially like jumping off the cliff with a, you know, it almost feels like that. There's a famous quote that I almost remember and remind myself before I start any scene. It's that a friend of mine worked with Denzel in a movie. And the first thing that he said is like, what's it like working with Denzel? And he was like, the first thing that I noticed was that usually when everyone is saying like sound speed, all right, camera speed, and like the first AD's yelling and the director's about to yell action, like people's heart rate goes up because they're getting nervous, or they're like, okay, well, here we go. Whereas Denzel's are the opposite. His drops. And I was like, that level of like being present and that like being, you know, tense free, so to speak, and like having your instrument open so that you can just do whatever. I feel like that's the kind of stuff that I always remember when I'm on set. It's just like you let the scene go where it goes, and you interact and react and listen, and of course react off the fellow actors in the scene. And I feel like that's when like I feel like that's where the audiences love the most and believe it, is because it is happening for the first time. If there is a combination of actors who just let the scene go where it needs to go, and they're the most present, that's believable. It's them living, not acting.
So with your acting, random question off the questions I have here. With your acting, is it how do I phrase this? Because I know Jessica was friends with Princess Aurora.
Yeah.
Is that a fun thing for you while you're acting, like, because your wife is friends with Princess Aurora, so she kind of has this familiar station, so you both are like working off of one another? Like, does she get involved in that? Is she there for you with your script reads, that type of stuff?
She's great for auditioning. Yeah, she always is my reader, so it's phenomenal. Actually, she's actually really good. That's the thing. She's not like, you know, quote unquote formally trained or did any conservatory, but she's a natural. I was lucky enough to actually date her, and I think even while we were engaged for a while, actually, she was still working as friends with Ariel and friends with Aurora, and so I got to visit her in character, and I was blown away. I was like, you know, it's as simple as that. I was like, I would even try to, like, you know, bring in some questions to try and, you know, stump her or, like, you know, catch her off guard, and she just, yeah, perfect. We'd go, you know, dance around it, even make jokes and like flip it on me and tease me, and I was just like, yeah, she was really good. She was really good.
Yeah, as somebody, what makes a good scene partner?
that trust fall thing I was talking about earlier. It's like if you can just go into the scene and like there's some people, well, obviously we're not going to name names, but there's some people that, you know, you get into, they over rehearse a scene, or they get to their line reading and they've rehearsed their lines like, you know, 5,000 times in front of the mirror. And then once they put it on their feet and the director's like, all right, okay, that's good. Can we just like change some stuff, maybe change some actions here, or maybe change your intentions? They're not able to improvise at all because they're just like set. It's like calcified, their performance. And so it's like that level of freedom that's required. If I have a scene partner who's willing to just dive in and do that, like that's when I get like I think the gold. I think I remember you posted, it was just Mr. Lloyd, but then Sarah Grace, the last one, like my divorcee, my urologist.
Mhm.
Like Sarah called it out too on another interview. She's like, what was the best part about working with Richard? And it's like, they're just so natural. And then we just dove in head first and like, we just reacted off each other. I think that's why it played so well. I think that's why everyone loved it so much, is because it was just literally us interacting with each other for the first time.
I think part of that one is the fact that you guys can tell that you guys trust each other.
Yes, there's
Really
a high
well.
level. Exactly. Yep.
And that just comes, and as much as people say it doesn't, it does. If you watch numerous verticals like I have, you just know when the actors like trust each other really well and work off of each other really well. Another one with you is Elizabeth. Like, you and Elizabeth work off of each other really well.
Yep.
Shout out to Elizabeth. I love her. But
Shout
yeah,
out.
I really think like that's what made it work so well with Sarah Grace, because I remember watching that scene where you literally have to pick her up and just like sort of toss her on the desk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, okay, first of all, that was a little intense, but at the same time, it was really funny.
She actually loved it. That's what she was saying. She's like, because I actually gave her a heads up on that. I was like, is it okay if I like, because she's so tiny, is it okay if I like lift you? She's like, go for it. So that's what it was. That take, everyone was dying laughing at Video Village. They were like, did you just lift her? It's like, yeah. So it was funny. Yeah. We always went for the laugh. Level of trust also. Scarlett, did you trust your set daddy whenever we were filming, or no? No, she didn't trust me at all. So yeah.
Scarlett, what was your favorite thing about pretending on set? Did you like to pretend to cry or laugh or joke?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Huh?
No.
You don't know? That's okay.
Your favorite is to cry, right? Cry all the time.
Was your favorite to do Richard's hair? I bet you that was your favorite moment, wasn't it?
Put makeup on daddy. Did you do that?
No.
That was your favorite.
Here's like the stickers. With the sunglasses.
What is a funny or memorable moment from any time on set?
I don't know.
About when you put stickers on him.
Makeup.
When you put makeup.
When you put makeup on me, then
Did
I
he
was
look-
finally pretty, right?
Did he
I
look
was
pretty?
I was
with the
super
makeup?
ugly before, but you made me pretty.
Scarlett, I think that was a lot of people's favorite moment.
They loved when I had red nail polish. It was really cute.
Did you do his nose?
I think I had the most DMs about my nail polish that I've ever had in my life.
I once told Jess, I'm like, he's such a girl dad. He is such a girl dad. Richard, what is a funny or memorable moment from your time on set?
I'll actually be honest. The funny thing is I heard of Scarlett before whenever we worked with her the first time. And I remember whenever she was on set, I could hear her voice on the other end of like holding, because they separate us. They put the kids with like their studio teachers, and then they have their little schooling and stuff. And then of course the adults are on like another side. But then I overheard her talking, and I knew our scene was coming up. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's go talk. Let's go do the intros. And I kid you not, I didn't even know her like 5 seconds. She was already putting stickers on my face, and it was like it was the greatest thing.
What kind of stickers were they?
She put like choo-choo train stickers all over me.
She is absolutely adorable. One of my favorite scenes that Little Miss Scarlet ever did. She did in another vertical with another group of actors, and she literally has a line where she goes, "Mommy, he looks kind of pathetic. Take a I don't know the exact line, but it was like take a break on him or something like that." And it was with Gabe and Casey and Fabian, and it was like the cutest little scene, cutest little moment ever.
It's hilarious.
I think if he looks so pathetic like that, go ahead and let Daddy in.
Mhm.
It was Gabe running and Fabian was holding her.
Mhm. That was such an adorable moment. What is it like for you as an actor to have a popular film, or in this case, a popular vertical, and then to have to go into another set as that one is like blowing up?
Ooh, that's a good question. Scarlett, how do you deal with being so famous all the time, Scarlett?
I don't know.
It's a tough life. Scarlett's got to live.
Like anybody notices.
Exactly. She's just like, oh, don't talk. I think I got to give props to Jessica. I remember I was talking about this with somebody, and like we were doing, we're 10 years, we celebrated 10 years together. So 10 years marriage, and it's at the 10-year mark, you upgrade the ring, obviously. And so I wanted her to have like experience about it and stuff like that to make it a good one. Our first one was actually at Tiffany & Co. So I looked up and like called ahead and got us a little reservation for the Tiffany & Co. on Rodeo Drive. I wanted her to like, have the whole spiel. We get there, and one of the women that worked there kept like double taking me, but I get it most of the time, but like, I'm just like, whatever. I go to the bathroom and I come out, and then she just stops me and she's like, "You're Richard, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I love your vertical." And she just goes off. She's worked there for like 25 years. And she's a diehard microdrama fan. She literally asked me after she knew me by name. She's like, "Where's Jessica?" Like she knew Jessica. And I was like, "She's upstairs." And so we go up, and like I had a YouTube channel before that blew up, and like it was very family friendly. So anybody with kids and like families, they would stop me all the time. And she's always been so nice to like take the camera, be the picture, and take the video. And then once again, this microdrama thing took off to the point now where it's like, yeah, we expect to get stopped now, and Jessica goes right back into the spiel. She's like, "Oh, that's so nice. Like, where did you first see Richard?" Da, da, da. And like, we're just talking to fans all the time. And so I got to give props to her. I think a lot of people would get pretty irritated by now, like how much we get stopped, but she's very nice about it. I mean, she's used to it. She literally was a princess. And so they know how to talk to these people for like 45 to 50 seconds is their time limit, and then just move on. People have been waiting 3 hours to meet her.
Honestly, I absolutely adore your wife. And I know I say this 100 times over, but I love Jess and I give her props. Like, because she's not only is like, Jess is an amazing mom.
Yep.
And also your wife and everything she does on top of it. And it's so funny because I literally want to sit there and go, no, sometimes I want to be like, Richard is Mr. Jessica Sherrar.
That's right. Mr. Jessica.
So
Yeah.
You're filming with Richard right before Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he was going to get her a wallet.
Yeah, the wallet. Yeah, I was showing
wallet.
you. Yeah, exactly.
And we had to pick between two pinks. And Scarlett, do you remember which one you picked? What did you say when he showed you the two wallets to get his wife? Both.
Both.
As a true princess would, she was like, "Why only pick one? Get
Yeah,
both.
get both."
Get both."
Yes. See, she knows Jessica deserves both.
I know.
Both.
Both of them.
See, both. Duh.
Duh. I know. I was being insulted. She's like, "What are you, dumb? Get both." And I was like, "Oh, you're right. You're so right."
They were very similar shades of pink though.
I remember that wallet because you wrote for my princess, and I was like, no, Cozy's the princess.
I remember that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jessica pasted that.
What has been your favorite acting role so far?
Ooh. I think it always goes back to like the OG one, the very first one. It was such like a new experience for me altogether, and then of course the whirlwind that started because of it.
Eric.
Your favorite was with Eric, is that what you said?
That was your first one.
That was your first one too? Oh, that's cute. That's cute. But yeah,
Miss Scarlet, I totally can see that because Eric is such a lovely guy. He really is. So I can see why that's your favorite.
I didn't know that was your first one ever. That was with Eric. That's cool.
It was the second one that came out, but the first one she filmed.
Oh wow.
And she turned 4.
I was gonna say that
2
must
weeks
have been
before.
she must have been tiny.
She
Jeez.
just turned 4.
Wow.
And she had like 63 lines.
I know. I was gonna say, like, that's hard. That's hard for adults to do. I still can't believe that Scarlett shows up and just kills it like that. I'm like, yeah, you're phenomenal. I keep forgetting how young you are, and especially with
Are
your
you
first
young?
one ever.
Are you a baby?
Are you a grandma now?
Oh, maybe
no.
maybe she is a grandma.
You're a
Honestly,
grandma.
She's kind of acting
That's
like a
it. She's
grandma.
like, oh, I'm over it.
Maybe the panda will do your.
There you go.
interview for
I'll hold the panda right here. There you go, San Diego Zoo panda.
Mhm.
He is 60.
She's 60.
The
Almost-
panda or Richard?
That's right.
The panda.
How old do you
panda?
think Richard is?
1.
I'm 1 year old. There you go. I told you.
Oh, Miss Scarlet, that means I'm 1 too because me and Richard are the same age.
Same age. That's right. We're babies, just like this panda. Maverick, you want to say hi?
Who's that?
So Maverick wants to jump in and say hi. Here.
Oh, come on. Yes, come and say hi.
Who is that?
Oh, Maverick, I wanted to tell you, I love your role that you did with your dad. That is honest to God, I should have put that as my favorite because that one is my favorite.
Oh, good job, dude. What do you say?
Thank you.
Yeah, you were so cute in that. And then I forget,
Sharon?
Sharing, right? Yeah. I loved you too and the way you guys acted together and that little tap dance scene. That was my fave. Absolutely great job.
I didn't tell you this, but Pablo, whenever he was just because he was like, all right, Sharon, you need to teach Maverick the dance moves in order for us to actually film it. And then all of a sudden, it was the cutest like little set ever. Was Charing was actually teaching Maverick, and he's like, okay, he's like counting in his head. He's like, okay, and quickly Pablo's like, roll. We're like sound speed, camera speed, and then we're just like sitting back, and everyone at Videoville is just like, oh, and like they're literally just filming them, just literally living. I know there's no more acting. They were actually teaching them how to dance, and it was like the cutest thing ever. So it's one of my favorite shots they have from the shoot.
Kids are absolutely like the most adorable things in the world because they'll surprise you. Like they'll do something and you'll be like, wait, what? Like it's the cutest thing ever.
Yep.
What type of
On my face.
scene, Richard, what type of scene do you prefer to shoot? For like adults to answer.
Okay, all right.
Bathroom scene, pool scene, which I don't think the guys ever do a pool scene, or a fight scene.
Actually, the fight scenes are so much fun. Oh my gosh, I love fight scenes because the stunt coordinators, I know all of them pretty much now by name, like first name basis. And so when we see each other on set, we're like, oh, here we go. So I start practicing them. And it literally it's like a choreographed dance. And so I know like the moment I see them on set, I start picking their brain and talking to them about what we're doing so I can practice the moves. And the more and more you practice, the more, you can start actually acting on top of it instead of just trying to remember your choreography. And like, yeah, I love them to death. I did Kung Fu when I was a kid. So like, it very, very like kind of follows that flow.
You did?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Huh?
You should do that too. Remember we
do
doing jujitsu? Yeah. And then I put you in jujitsu for that. But
And you also did jujitsu.
Mav's like, I just learned something about that.
I'm learning new stuff about me. He's like, what? Huh?
So, Richard, what is usually kept in your set bag?
Oh, I guess I could. I don't have it on me, but I'll send you a picture of it. So when I rap, every single one of my kids on set, they get a rap gift. And what I've done actually is they get like a little a furry like stuffy, like a stuffy toy, like babe, what are those called, like Poshmark things or whatever? Pop Mart. So like surprise, and so like they open them up and they get this like big cute fluffy thing that's like a keychain, and they can put it on their set bag, and then I keep every single one that's matching with it on my set bag. So I have this like collection of all of these little furry little like Pop Mart things, and they're literally all my kids. And I still get random texts in the day from like like Charing, for instance, Charing's mom will text me the other day, and I look down, and it's Charing with her set bag with my little furry thing on her, and she's like, "Bringing you to set today." Yeah, it's the cutest thing ever. So like everyone loses it because they're like, "Richard's obsessed with Labubus," and I'm like, "No, those are just all my kids."
Yeah.
That is so cute. Oh my god, I love that. What is one thing we as the audience would be surprised about when it comes to filming on any of these sets?
I think the most thing that anybody would be surprised about is just the sheer amount of pages we burn through. Like the velocity is insane. I remember like my first one, I was literally filming at James Cameron Manhattan Beach Studios in the volume. And like we're talking horizontal aggressive, it's like 4 days, like 6 is like, ooh, that's a lot. Are you kidding me? 6 pages? Whereas you land and you touch down on one of these guys, and we're talking like minimum 20 pages, 25, if not 30. You're just burning through these scenes. You only get like 1 or 2 takes because you only have time for that, and you're moving on. So if you're not bringing your A game and you're not, coming out of the gate hot with like a good first take or second take, you don't have time. We got to move on.
I asked you the question earlier, but I don't know if we ever got an answer. I was asking you the question about what's it like to have a vertical that's really popular and then you go into another set? How does that affect you?
It doesn't affect me so much as like because you get so lost in the work immediately once you like touch down on set. It's just like I think it's the promos that I always have to do. I'm known in the space as like being like a one-man band when it comes to like promos and ads and like doing all the TikToks on top to help promote a vertical. And so when one is like hot and it's coming out while you're filming, I'll actually be trying to juggle a schedule of like, helping shoot promo ads on top of shooting 12-hour shoot days. And so, yeah, that's where it gets a little crazy. But all my co-stars are always down to party. They love it. They eat it up. And so, yeah, it's not as hard to recruit them. Everyone wants to perform. It's fun.
My favorite moment, and I still to this day do not know how I did this, is when I was like, oh, Richard and Anna should be in a vertical together.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. You totally called it. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
And then you were on set, or you guys were filming at the time, and you were hinting it in the comments, and I was like, wait, did they do one together? And I just did not, because sometimes I miss these. I'm like, did I not watch it? And then you sent me the message like a few days later, and I'm like, oh my god.
And I was like, anytime you want me to do the lottery, tell me and I'll go do it. Like you totally called that one. That was nuts.
I did that with a few people this year, and I did not expect it. And it was the funniest thing ever. That's what I get for being a Pisces. What do you who do you look up to as an actor? It could be anybody in the filming industry, director, writer, producer. Who do you look up to?
I think for the amount of like he goes all over the map too. It's Christopher Nolan. I've always been in awe of. I think that the fact that he had Inception already, his IP, like under the belt in the script, and obviously no studio would come out of the gate with like a first-time director with that. And so he had to do like Memento, and then he had to earn basically his stripes on with the studio and prove that he can make a hit with Batman, the trilogy. And then after that, he was like, he could do whatever he wanted. But then yet he doesn't stay in one lane the whole time. Like he's all over the map. Like Inception was just so great, so amazing. And then he goes and just does Oppenheimer, wins an Oscar for it. And then now he's doing the Odyssey. I was like, I feel like his talent and his ability and the way he goes about and executes is something that I'm in awe of. And like, that's something that puts the bar up really, really high. Because obviously I have like the filmmaker ambitions as well. I have my own scripts. I have my own IP, and I want to start producing them and like actually creating them and bring them to life.
Well, if anybody in this space can do it, I definitely believe in you.
Thanks.
Who is the funniest person you've ever worked with on set?
Oh my God. I think it was just the one that we just went on. So I got to give him a shout out. Hold on. So it's Justin Birdie. Justin Birdie. I think he just had one recently come out where he was the lead in For Real Short, but you'll see him come out. He plays the dad of the villain in my latest one that comes out with Good Short. It'll come out probably later this month, if not next month. But I kid you not, I had to turn around and physically not face him anymore because I was crying laughing at what he was doing on set. And I was like, I've never had anyone break me so many times as him. And I was like, I pride myself in never breaking. And like I've had co-stars try to break, and this guy broke me every time. Yeah, just even thinking about it, I'm starting to laugh. Yeah, he got me good. He's so funny, so funny. Yeah.
Scarlett, did you hear that he doesn't normally laugh on set when he's not supposed to? Sounds like you've got a new mission.
New mission. Well, Scarlett's gonna try and break me now.
What
Yeah.
do you do when you're not working on a project?
When I'm not working on a project, I finally get to be a dad and like let him play. And so I think what's so cute is that I know that we live in a very unique place in LA as we're doing these and stuff, and like I get to jump around on set. But then when I'm off set, literally I'm doing cardio now and like running every single day, trying to keep up the shirtless scenes so they're good whenever I take my shirt off. But Maverick just joins in me now. So we got him a bicycle recently, and he will ride his bike right next to me as I run, and we'll just go to Disney Studios. So we actually run to Mickey, and that's the joke. Is like, you want to go say hi to Mickey? And we're like, okay. So we run all the way to the water tower, or like the front gates of Disney Studios, say hi to Mickey, and then we run all the way back home. And so it's been this cool bonding experience that, who gets to say they do cardio with their dad and go to see Mickey and then they come right back home? Yeah, it's a cool, unique experience. I love it.
Maverick, is that your favorite?
Yeah.
Going to see Disney? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Disney character, Maverick?
I love it.
You don't know?
You're supposed to say Sleeping Beauty.
No.
Where's Mom? Yeah.
Scarlett, who's your favorite Disney
She's in the
character?
kitchen.
That's probably Cozy's favorite. It's Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarlett, who is yours?
Check this out. They're both wearing crowns.
Rapunzel?
If you had a magic wand, what type of film or project would you like to make?
Ooh. I've always, I grew up watching Marvel and DC like cartoons, and so when the Marvel universe started coming out, I was like, I would kill to do that if I could just like the snap of a finger. Superman was always a big one. I still wear it every single day. Everyone knows me as Superman. The kids call me Superman. It's kind of like a thing on set, and so that would be one. If I could snap a finger and do one, I would do it right. Yeah.
And he also liked Batman also.
Batman's fun. Yeah. I think anything, if Christopher Nolan said he would do it again, I'll be like, I'm in. I'm your man. Let's go.
Maverick, I love Batman. Bruce Wayne is my favorite. Well, actually, I should say Terry McGinnis is my favorite. We are big Marvel and DC fans in this house.
I grew up on that. I can't wait to get them going and like start from the beginning with RDJ, with Iron Man, and like take them through the whole cinematic universe. We did that with Star Wars. That was a big one. So Maverick got to celebrate his latest birthday over at Star Wars Land in Orlando, and I was like, babe, he has to watch the movies in order to understand and appreciate being in Star Wars Land. And so when we were watching them together, that was a really cool moment. I feel like there's amazing moments in my life where I can look back and point a finger at and be like, that was a cool moment, is whenever we got to watch the trilogy of Star Wars together. And when Maverick was losing, he's like, are you kidding me? He's his dad? What? Like just like losing it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, then we get to go and visit Star Wars Land. And now he truly appreciates the Star Wars land and he understands it. So it was cool. That was cool.
Yeah, now he can understand that joke in Toy Story too.
Yep. You saw Toy Story 5 without me too.
Yeah.
I was on set and they went without me. They got to go see Toy Story 5. So I'm jealous, super jealous.
I was a big Star Trek fan when I was younger. And then as I got older, I got into Star Wars. But Marvel is my heart. I love Marvel. And what film role or what role is most memorable to you?
What role is most familiar? I think for me, it really was the once in a lifetime opportunity. It was always a dream of mine, obviously, to act and be in movies, and that dream got to come true. I never in a million years thought I would actually get to share it with my own kid. And so, like, the Daddy, I'm Your Lucky Star, whenever I was literally going over lines and prepping scenes and doing the blocking with Maverick there, and same thing with Sharing, and Sharing so amazing. I was like, this is a cool moment. I was like, I tried to soak in every single second of that one, because I was like, I don't know if that's gonna happen again, but hopefully. But
We are. We're gonna do one as a family.
we're gonna try to. I know. We'll see.
I really want one with Jess.
I know. The different producers have talked about it. They want to try and do a real family one with like Cozy, Mav, and Jess. So we'll see. Fingers crossed.
What is there a piece of your acting that very little people notice and you wish they saw more? They watched more of it.
Watch more of it. Oof.
I didn't look at that.
Yeah, they just want. I wish they saw more Maverick. That's it. Maverick say like, look at me. I think. What do they say? More of it. I actually do. A lot of people hate the fact that they have to do social media stuff, and like they treat it as like an eye roll. I actually enjoy it. I almost treat it like the same as making mini movies. And so I remember when Sarah, some of the co-stars, let's just say that some of them you have to kind of like coax into doing it. You're like, come on guys, let's go, let's do this. Sarah was always like down to party. And I was like, some of the funnest ones, I think, like literally I got one of my biggest hits was with Sarah. Once again, like I think no matter even if you don't really sense it, deep down, if the people in front of the camera are having fun, that's when the ones go viral. And I remember the one where I literally squat her and like she lays on my back and I squat her and pick her up and then walk out of the frame. That was just a last second idea that we literally had, I think, 2 minutes to do a camera setup. And we're like, do you want to do it? We got to do it. We got to do it now. We got to go right now. And she's like, okay, go. And so we like ran down. And if anybody's filmed at that location, you have to go down like 3 flights of stairs to get down to that airplane. But she knew, she was like, we got to get that shot. So I literally ran down there. I set up the camera, ran back. We only had 1 take because like the first AD was already yelling at us. And so it's like, go. We hit record. I go back. She gets, it's like the perfect execution. I stand up and I run past the camera. And I was like, we got it. Then we run all the way back. The camera's done getting set up. And then, yeah, that's some of our biggest hits are the ones that I got with Sarah, because she was always just like, she never said no. She was like, let's go. Yeah, let's go.
I love that because I always look at social media and I'm like, okay, I'm making this video. Who am I making for? Oh, my kids, my nieces, my nephews. I call them my kids because I'm very close to my sister. Yep. I am always looking at it. I'm like, who's going to watch it later? Them. Without giving anything away, what is your favorite line of dialogue you've ever delivered?
Never delivered. Beef Wellington. You'll get that joke later. Beef Wellington.
My favorite is the one that you did in the Mafia one.
Oh, the Mafia one. There's a lot of good stuff in there with Sean. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the one where you literally said, it doesn't matter. Your name doesn't, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but where you're talking to the females, you're like, your name doesn't matter, your blood doesn't matter, whatever, you're no better than anybody else, essentially.
You're no better than anyone else. Yeah,
that line hits home every time I see that verse.
I'm glad you love it. That was a fun one. That was a raucous set. We're talking like warehouse, we're having Dawn families, multiple Dawn families, extras up the wazoo, security guards with guns. And then, yeah, it was like the first day they tried to knock all that heavy stuff, that big, essentially a banquet scene, but it's with all the Mafia Dons. And then I was the leader. And then they had me yelling and chewing out everybody and like putting them in their place. And it was like the first day. They're like, all right, Richard, go. So I'm just in their faces. I'm yelling. I'm like, putting everybody in their place. And it was a fun set. That was like set the tone on day 1. And we had 10 days of that. It was fun.
Which actor or actress has ever given you the best advice on set or taught you something new?
Okay. Sarah Noel, I always tease her about it. She is very, very into the astrology, and I've never had anyone explain it to me so well as Sarah. And I always, I always use her as the Sagittarius. Anytime I meet someone who says they're Sagittarius, she's my default Sag. So I was just like, "Are you like Sarah then?" But yeah, she gave me the whole astrology breakdown. I didn't know anything about it. I knew of it, obviously, of course. Supposedly, she was the one who showed me that Virgos and Cancer, which is actually like really compatible, is actually me and Jess. So I'm a Virgo, and then she's a Cancer, and we're apparently really compatible.
That's baby Scarlett.
So you want to know something funny?
What is? I have no idea. That's what I'm saying.
No.
I don't know. You don't follow it?
No.
What's February 5th? Do you know?
That's an Aquarius, I believe.
She's an
Oh,
Aquarius.
maybe they have told me that. People.
I don't know what the match is for that.
I am a Pisces. Okay, so if you go deeper into astrology, I'm a
Okay.
Pisces sun with a Cancer rising
Oh wow.
with a Virgo moon.
I'm not that sophisticated. I have no idea what that means. But
Show your hair. Oh, I have Donald Trump.
So I always find it funny because my water signs, I always say my water signs are my people. Cancers, Pisces, Scorpios, those are
Okay.
my people. Those are the
Alright.
people I vibe with. Those are just the people who get my personality.
Got it.
But if I'm going outside of that, I've had a lot more Virgos because I believe you're a Virgo,
Yep, I'm Virgo.
and I've had a lot more Capricorns in my area. So I tend to vibe with Capricorns and Virgos.
That's cool.
If you can ask me any question, what would it be?
Any question? Who are your top three? And I already know who your top one is, me. So who's number 2 and number 3 in the space?
In the male actor space or in
Like-
general?
I want to know.
His competition.
Yeah, who's my comps? Who's my competition?
You, Jake, Hobbs,
Okay, Hobbs.
and Kyle Fraganelli.
Oh, okay, all right.
My
All right.
my 3 top favorite male actors.
Those are the top 3. Got it.
What's on top of your bucket list?
Bucket list?
Hmm
Ooh. I have yet. Oh, it's always on the top. Is that when I was in my early 20s, anytime I had like extra cash or anything, I didn't buy stuff. I didn't care about cars or anything like that. So I was on a flight to go to a different country. I've actually seen all the continents except for the last one, which is Antarctica. I need to get on that cruise liner that leaves out of Ushuaia, the Fin del Mundo, at like the end of Argentina, and go and hang out with the penguins. And then-
Penguins.
I know, and I gotta go hang out with the penguins in Antarctica, and then I'm done.
That's your
I
favorite
collected
animal.
all 7 continents.
You know, my favorite story with you is the one where you were telling how you and your twin brother went to Peru.
That's it. Yeah. So I did like a South America tour with my twin brother. Most fun I've ever had traveling. Like we literally started in Ushuaia, the Fin del Mundo, which is the southernmost tip of Argentina at the bottom. By the way, go Argentina. Hopefully they win tomorrow. And then we went all the way up through Patagonia, Puerto Moreno Glacier, Iguazu Falls. We went to Sao Paulo, Brazil, Rio, and then made our way over to Peru. And that was the famous story where we were literally piranha fishing in the boat, catching some piranhas, having the piranhas eat all the food. And then we put all the fishing poles in the boat. And then the guide is like, "You want to go swim with them?" And we're like, "Okay." All right. And then we all just jump in. And like, yeah, we went swimming with the piranhas, and then also the pink dolphins. So there's dolphins that actually have a hue of pink to them that are very native to the Amazon, like they only exist there. And so like whenever they have this hueish, like this pink hueish to this dolphin, once I saw them like, doing their little like swimming in the Amazon, he was like, "You want to swim with them?" And like I didn't even wait to say yeah, I just dove in. And we're just swimming with these dolphins and stuff in the piranhas in the Amazon. It was fun.
What is your favorite kind of weather?
Oh, that's a really good question. It's never too much of it. It's always like at times like I love snow, I love snowboarding, I love skiing, I love all those different things, but I also love a lot chilling on the beach in the sun. So it's like I need both.
I like that weather right between winter and summer because I grew up in the Midwest. So that weather right between the switch,
There you go.
And-
Right.
the weather right between the switch of summer to winter.
Best of both.
What types of books do you like to read?
Oh, I wish I had time to read more. I'm actually obsessed right now with Robert Greene. Robert Greene, he's a philosopher. He's like the 48 Laws of Power, Art of Seduction, all those different books, like, you know, phenomenal. I've never read someone who's so well versed in the history and uses them as case studies to explain his like concepts in different books. So yeah, I'm gonna kick with him right now. Any chance I get, I run away and try to read one of those books. Phenomenal.
And then final question of
We did it. Final one.
describe your perfect day.
The perfect day? Just wake up with fam and only do it's like Office Space. He's like, I always dreamed about what doing nothing would feel like, and it was everything I dreamed it would be. It's like I just want to do nothing and have no responsibilities and nothing, hang out with the fam all day. That's my perfect day.
Answer one
Video
question.
games with me?
Well,
One last question, Scarlett. Go.
Yeah,
You
you're
got
gonna
one.
ask Scarlett. She's gonna come and do one question.
Scarlett, what was your favorite moment on set?
With set up, Richard.
The glasses scene.
Oh, the glasses. Yeah.
When you were being sketchy,
Yep.
Sneaky.
Wait, what happened?
and she's gone.
Yeah. She's like, that's it. I'm done. She is a princess. She's like, I'll be in my trailer.
Thank you all so much for being here on this interview. Thank you, Richard, for doing this. This is going to go down in the history books for me. It's going to be one of my favorites. I already know that.
Always.
And I'm going to hit stop.